Tom Brubaker, and I'm the chapter president for PFLAG Great Lakes Bay region. I tell you, this is a day of celebration. As we, at first time in our 34-year history, that our chapter is officially cutting a ribbon for our first chapter office. And along with the chapter office, which I'll direct you down the hall when we're ready, we have a resource library, which started with a library metal cart, and it's in the adjoining room. And we have a wonderful committee working on that, and that's available to the community. And then next to the chapter office is adjoining door, and that's a boardroom and meeting room, and that has a potential in that room for us to expand our library and just a nice seating area. To the left, down the hall, the first two doors on the left, is a parlor. It's a long room with a living room. It's a beautiful room with a fireplace for smaller meetings. And of course, this is the narthex where everyone's seated with the kitchen. And so this whole thing is just an incredible gift from First United Methodist Church. And so I want a round of applause. And you know, this would not be happening without the leadership of Pastor Amy Terhune. If you could just stand briefly. Thank you. And if you stand briefly, Bill Cowdery. Bill is the chair of the First United Board of Trustees. Okay. And I also want to introduce our PFLAG Board of Directors. I'm really proud of these folks because we look at all the skills these individuals have that they bring to this chapter and the work they do. Everything set up here, this was truly a team effort. So if you could stand briefly, I'll start by introducing our Vice President, Board Parliamentarian, Leisha Doherty. Our Board Treasurer, Mark Caesar. Our Board Secretary and the Chair of our Resource Library Committee, Reverend Rebecca Dunn. And our directors, that would be Andrea Norton, who's involved with education and outreach. Jill Schultz, who is co-chair of education outreach. And Donnie Winter, who is also co-chair of education outreach. Donnie is our social media guru. So you always have.
I try to be.
He does an excellent job. So all together, like I said, we have a terrific team. We thought it was most fitting that we dedicate our chapter office to those four founders who were parents, and there was a gay man that came together at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship on Sunday, September 9th, 1990. And they founded PFLAG Tri-Cities. And we are so grateful to them through their vision. They formed a PFLAG chapter. And here we are 34 years later. And what is so wonderful is that our last surviving member of that group, Richard S., he is wintering in California. But Richard started with the library, and he is still active today. And I just think that's terrific to see him here 34 years later, and he barely misses a meeting. So on behalf of our board of directors, I hereby dedicate our chapter office to them. And then when you do go down and walk through our chapter office, you'll see a placard dedicated with their names. So I will tell you that in our 34-year history, we probably had two of the most noteworthy events take place just in the space of these 4 months. As you know, in October, our chapter received national recognition from PFLAG National as an outstanding chapter. And of course, we received that award October 22nd in Washington, D.C. For 4 chapters from among more than 400 in the country, along with several chapters outside the United States. So what an honor that was. And of course, the other noteworthy event is right here today, and the fact that you're here with us so that we can officially cut the ribbon and open our office. And again, this would not happen without the vision, the welcoming and affirmation from First United Methodist Church.
I am Rebecca Dunn. I'm secretary on the board of directors and chair of the library committee. I'm also a bookseller and an ordained new thought minister. I'd like to introduce my fellow committee members. If you would stand, Donnie Winter, PFLAG board director, author, and professor at Delta College. Brian Latimer, a librarian, former bookseller, and one of our invaluable volunteers for PFLAG's Great Lakes Bay. And Tom Brubaker, PFLAG board president. And missing today is Richard S., who's not only one of the founding members of our chapter, but also curator of our small library and chapter archives for the past 33 years. I think I can safely speak for my fellow committee members when I say that books have played a huge role in our development as people, in our understanding of who we are, and in our coming out journeys. Reading about another's similar life experience, or seeing ourselves in a fictional character help make sense of feelings and thoughts that at the time may have seemed confusing. Books let us know that we are not alone, that we were not broken or abnormal. They revealed that we are part of the rich diversity of humanity, valuable, beautiful, and worthy of living joyful and successful lives. Lately, it appears that things have taken a dark turn. Books with LGBTQ+ content are being challenged in schools and libraries across the country. In fact, the majority of books being challenged are precisely because they contain LGBTQ+ content. It's our desire to see that people have access to the reading material that others would deny them. PFLAG routinely receives requests from schools seeking assistance to create safer, more inclusive environment for their queer, trans, and non-binary students. Businesses, organizations, and professionals in the healthcare and social service fields also look for that same help in their relationships among coworkers and clients. It's because of this that I'm thrilled to announce the grand opening of the Richard S. LGBTQ+ Resource Library, a space dedicated to fostering inclusivity, understanding, and support within our community. This initiative is vital as it provides a centralized hub for resources that empowers individuals to explore and celebrate their identities. The library is still in its early stages, but it's growing rapidly and will offer a diverse collection of literature, educational materials, and community resources, creating a welcoming environment for LGBTQ+ individuals and allies alike. By establishing this resource hub, we aim to address the gap in knowledge and awareness surrounding LGBTQ+ issues. The library serves as an educational tool, helping to dispel misconceptions, promote acceptance, and foster a sense of unity. It's a symbol of PFLAG's commitment to creating an inclusive and safe space where everyone can access valuable information, connect with like-minded individuals, and participate in events that celebrate the rich diversity of the LGBTQ+ community. This grand opening marks a significant step for our chapter towards building a more compassionate and informed society. We invite everyone to join us in celebrating diversity, embracing acceptance, and supporting the ongoing journey towards equality for all. Together, we can cultivate a community that values and uplifts every individual, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. For those individuals who wish to make a financial contribution towards the purchase of more materials for our library, there are envelopes up here, and if you represent a business or organization who would be interested in partnering with us in the form of a grant for our library, please see our board treasurer, Mark Caesar. Thank you all so very much for joining us today. Glad you're here.
Prior to our event, we took a ceremonial photo with the ribbon with all the board members, but it was tough to get us all in this doorway. So, as I cut this ribbon, may our PFLAG chapter office space be a place of welcoming and love, affirmation, and celebration of the LGBTQ community, parents, families, and friends. Here we go. There we go. Woo!